welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. This afternoon, tonight, wherever you're watching, we are watching and reacting to Manchester City FC versus Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League Final 2023. It's Man City versus Inter. Man City, the Premier League champions. Inter back in their first final since the treble year under Jose Mourinho. Pep Guardiola versus Simone Inzaghi, which is actually a very interesting matchup, I think. Of course, I think it's a very interesting matchup. But starting 11s are as follows. For Man City, before the teams walk out, the trophy comes out here. Starting 11s are as follows. For Man City, you have Ederson in goal. The back three of Nathan Ake, Ruben Dias, Emmanuel Akanji. The defensive midfielder, Rodri and John Stones. The attacking midfield of Jack Grealish, Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva, and Erling Haaland up top. For Inter, you have Andre Onana in goal. The back three of Matteo Darmian, Francesco Acerbi, and Alessandro Bastoni. The midfield five of Denzel Dumfries, Barella, Marcelo Brozovic, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and Federico Di Marco. And the front two of Lautaro Martinez and Edin Dzeko. And the teams are walking out with the referees. We'll be ready to go in minutes. But I have to say, I do kind of feel like if Man City are to win this game, I don't think it's going to be Erling Haaland. I think it's going to be a player like Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, or Jack Grealish that makes the difference. Because Milan, Inter, the way they play against strikers, they push tight, they hold firm. Look at what they did to Lewandowski earlier in the tournament. Look to what they did to Giroud. When they play against tough strikers, they could defend well. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle Haaland. But they've been able to game plan out strikers who are some of the best in the world throughout this run. So could they do the same tonight? I think they do. But that opens up, bad thing for City, or bad thing with City, is that opens up players like Gundogan and De Bruyne and Grealish and Akanji and Silva. Like, they're not just one player. They're a full-on team, and they got players on the bench, too, that could play. City's second Champions League final in 3 years. Man City starting 11, Ederson. The back three, Nathan Ake, Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji, Rodri, John Stones, Jack Grealish, Ilkay Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Erling Haaland. They do. Starting 11 for Man City, the Premier League champions. How we doing, Mile High? How we doing, Ozan? They do have Kyle Walker on the bench, though, which actually kind of surprised me. Referee Simon Marinchak. Referee from the World Cup. See how he does this final here. Inter wearing their black and blue kits, the Nerazzurri. Man City wearing their sky blues. It's the Battle of the Blues. I'm not surprised. Inter is wearing their home kit because Chelsea has a similar blue and they wore their blue against Man City. Speaking of, for Inter, Andre Onana, back three, Bastoni, Acerbi, Darmian, Di Marco, Çalhanoğlu, Brozovic, Barella, Dumfries, Dzeko, Lautaro, with Lukaku on the bench. Mkhitaryan on the bench as well. Lukaku on the bench. Their bench definitely isn't. Yeah, I would say Marinchak is pretty good. This should be very interesting. But hit that like button. Let's get this one going. This final should be an interesting one. UEFA Champions League final 2023. Inter has the Paramount Plus logos on their kits as their advertisement, which I like it. I like it. I think they just started doing a Coppa Italia final, if I'm not mistaken. But game's about to be kicked off. Premier League champions versus Serie A contenders. Here we go. Well, that's arguable, but still. Here we go. Onana to play forward, and Man City's already on the front foot, not surprisingly. Onana to play forward. Still on the ball, takes it slow up to the half circle, and just pushes it down the field. That's out for a throw. That's not the way you want to play it, but okay. Inter looking for their first. They're in their first final since the treble year with Jose Mourinho. They're looking to win. 13 years on. 13 years on looking to win. That is not what I wanted to do. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Playing forward. Past the post. Of course, Pep Guardiola managing Man City. And Dzeko steps over the ball. 1 minute in to this match. Goal kick here for Man City. Ederson doesn't take it, but they play it straight to him, and he almost gets put into bad position there. Man City. Don Garber's at the game? What? Like, I mean, I get it, but I hope he just bought a ticket. I hope they didn't send him for free. Like, what does he have to do with this? That's why Leagues Cup was twerking for the Champions League final. That's why, because Don Garber's there. I get it now. I still don't like it, though. Like, the Europa of CONCACAF, or one of the 3 Europa top conference or leagues of CONCACAF, is twerking for the Champions League. They made a post about the Champions League UEFA final today with like 4 players sitting at a bar. Like, I don't like it. I really don't. Like, that just shows, like, yeah, we're pandering to the Euro snobs. I don't know exactly what you're trying to do there, personally. Like, why are you trying to pander? I mean, yeah, I know you have Messi. Shot over the bar by Haaland. Erling Haaland puts it over the bar. Like, yeah, I get you just got Messi. They don't care about anything but him. Like, yeah, it would be nice if we kept some of those fans who watch Messi. But look what happened to PSG's Instagram. You think they're going to stay after Messi leaves Miami? Yeah, you're out of your mind. Trust me, you're out of your mind. That's not going to happen. Playing forward to Acerbi. Acerbi plays forward to Bastoni. Brozovic. Over the top. Brought down to Dumfries. Dumfries. Nice play, but not enough to keep the ball forward. And Barella is down. I don't see what he was trying to do there. He holds his head, the back of his head. Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, Barella. I'm not so sure what he was trying to do there, personally. But okay. 4th minute. Seems like Man City's had more of the possession so far. Inter has had some chances, but Man City, of course, is the better team early on. I mean, who would have expected anything else? Not me. Not me. Ake. And they still can't get on the ball. De Bruyne plays forward. It was Rodri playing it forward. Gundogan. Gundogan plays it. Plays it back to Rodri. Still City. City in the final third. Cross. Shot. Past the post. What a shot by Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva tries to take the shot. Doesn't get it past into the post. Graham says Forza Italia, Forza Inter. I agree 100%. But Bernardo Silva crosses in on DeMarco. Tries to take the shot as well. Nobody made that second run. How we doing, Ozan? Damn. Man City's knocking at the door. They're knocking at the door. This won't take long, I don't think. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I wish. But then again, we've seen crazier things happen in Champions League finals. Oh! And he goes through the back of Haaland. Yeah, that's a foul. I don't care if it's Erling Haaland or some random dude off the street. That is a foul. Yeah, he went through the back of him. Okay, that's just stupid. 6th minute. Luckily, it wasn't a card. You're lucky that's not a card. Now, Haaland could have gotten a card. Or gotten a card in his favor for that, of course. To the defender, midfielder. Because he's Haaland. Now, the man off the street wouldn't have never gotten that. But Forza Inter. When does new Man United management come into effect? I don't see it till 2034. Well, I mean, somebody's buying the team. Now, if you're saying the effects of it, I mean, yeah, the Glazers have done a lot that needs to be cleaned up. But Eric Ten Hag's done a pretty good job of starting that cleanup this year. They've done a lot better than I expected with Ten Hag. Ten Hag did a lot better than I expected. So maybe about 2027 instead of 2034 if somebody buys the team. I think Ten Hag, especially if they back him, which there's no reason not to, a new owner. Yeah, I think it won't take that long. I think you're a little bit pessimistic. I think Ten Hag could clean it up himself. Now, if there was no new owner, maybe it would be 2034, but I can't believe I'm giving Man United good props, but still. Ten Hag. And he was right to get rid of Cristiano. In the end, he was right. I thought he was crazy in the moment, but turns out I thought Ten Hag was crazy when he let go of Cristiano, but turns out that was the right move. Ten Hag has brass balls. Then again, he did the same thing to Noah Lang, but nobody gives a crap about him. So we should have seen it coming, but there you go. 8th minute. No small world, eh? $20. That does sound like a good deal. Always glass half empty. That's true. I'm just saying what I'm seeing, though. So, to me personally, if you're going to bin off Cristiano and things don't go south for you and things actually get better, you got brass balls. You got my respect. Referencing Ten Hag, you have my respect. He has my respect. I thought he'd be good. I didn't know he'd be this good. Brozovic is going to be important for Inter in the middle of the park, breaking up play. That's exactly what he's doing. He's doing his job so far. Only probably the best part of the team. Like, I'm kind of thinking Inter's situation, what they're trying to do is hold on till Lukaku comes on. Either have it one goal down or have it even, have it drawing. Get Lukaku on against tired legs around the 60th minute and have him work his magic. Maybe put on Mkhitaryan for that extra pass. But That's my thought process. Because Edin Dzeko, hey, if you steal a goal with a guy like Dzeko or Brozovic or Lautaro before, good. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think they're playing forward here. Nice play. I may be wrong. Cross, headed away. They almost did. Yeah. Personally, I think they're just waiting for Lukaku to come on against tired legs. They got to keep it close, though, for that to work. And even then, does it work? I think we know what the game plan is, which that may not be the best thing. I like Erik ten Hag, but without the proper financial supports, Erik ten Hag can only go so far. Well, that's any manager. That's any manager. What Jurgen Klopp did with Liverpool is hard to do. Jurgen Klopp, he still got backed, but FSG sells somebody to buy somebody. They never would have got Alisson if they kept Coutinho. So, again, they never would have got Salah if they kept a guy like Sterling. Their big purchases come because somebody gets sold, but they've recruited well. But the problem is, you can't keep Mane and then get Darwin Nunez. You can't keep Coutinho but get Alisson. I mean, not everybody can do what Jurgen Klopp's done. Because they're not spunking out money just to spunk out money. They're reinvesting sales to get better players, which their recruitment is great. But again, yes, Jurgen Klopp has done a lot with just barely any money, if you really want to be honest. Any extra money, to be honest. But yeah, most managers wouldn't do good with very minimal amounts of investment when it comes to the game. So Jurgen Klopp is a mastermind in that field. He knows what he wants, he gets what he wants, and he gets them to play the way he wants. Just getting a Mo Salah, that never would have. Nobody really popped at that when that happened. But Mo Salah has become one of the best Premier League players of all time. Darwin Nunez, he had a bad first season, but I think he'll build in and he'll look better next year. Luis Diaz, he was good at Porto, but nobody expected him to be this good at Liverpool. Cody Gakpo, they probably bought him off the World Cup, but, Cody Gakpo has talent. So the point is, not many people could do what Jurgen Klopp did with minimal investment. I don't think Erik ten Hag could do the same thing. I don't think other managers could do the same thing. Or just reinvesting sales into new players. Here comes Inter. Down the channel. Cross in. Way too high. Off the chest of Ake. That'll be a corner. DeMarco switched the play, but it wasn't far enough. Barella. That actually sounds awesome, too. 14th minute. Çalhanoğlu to take the corner. DeMarco standing over as well. Looks like it'll be DeMarco or Çalhanoğlu. One of the two. So they put 9 people in the box. That just okay. Short corner. Cross in to Barella, but not far enough or not good enough. Plays back to Onana. I mean, the set play wasn't too bad, but I could have easily thought why you're putting, but it still went to Barella instead of DeMarco. So why two people at the corner? I mean, good cross to Barella, but I mean, hell, even Lautaro gets given away. Gets tackled and it's given away. What was he doing? 15th minute, 0-0. I'm surprised. I thought Kyle Walker would be better for a game like this than Akanji because Kyle Walker has better pace and better passing ability to start the attack. So I think they're worried about the counterattack with Akanji. I think what they're trying to do here is, especially as this game goes on, I think they're more worried. They have enough offensive firepower to put the ball forward if whenever that time comes, especially if they have possession. They're planning on having more possession anyway, but if there's a counterattack, I think that's why Kanji's out there. I think they're worried about Inter on the counterattack, whether that's during the Lukaku moments or before throughout the whole game. They're worried about the counterattack. I don't think when it comes to Kyle Walker, I think he's good bombing up and down the pitch. He can track back, but they're going to be holding possession for most of the game, Man City. So I think Akanji's there to track back more than bomb forward. So I get what they're doing, but it does shock me. Antonio says, we got Megan the Stallion on our side, Forza Italia. You do. Hopefully Romelu makes her proud. And redeems himself for the Chelsea stint, but I'm rooting for him. Save football. Save football, Romelu. Brozovic pushed out for a throw. Ake plays over the top. 17th minute. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. This one's definitely not doing as good as last year's. I'm having fun, though. I guess Real Madrid and Liverpool is just different gravy than Man City and Inter, yeah? I guess it is. Oh, Gundogan looks like he got fouled there. At least that's what the ref thinks, which, I mean, I could see why. Ruben Dias. Yeah, probably, yeah. '18th minute, 0-0. Ake plays forward, long ball. Grealish chasing. Can he get to Haaland? Jack Grealish. Still at the corner, and it's given away to Acerbi. And that's going to go out for a City throw. Feel yucky today. A lot of people are. Not me, but a lot of people I know are. And it's freaking summer, so, or about to be. Is it technically meteorological summer now, or are we still technically in spring? I thought summer equinox was later this month. I think maybe while I'm on vacation, to be honest. Lautaro playing forward. I think maybe we're already at meteorological summer, but it's the equinox that hasn't happened yet. Yeah. I think meteorological starts June 1st. Yeah. Sorry, the 10th. Jesus. 20th minute. Playing down. DeMarco. Brozovic. Lautaro shot over the bar. And the overrun. Was that Lautaro or 6:21? I thought so, because December 21st is the winter solstice. The summer solstice is the 21st of June. Yeah, that makes sense. Because halfway, pretty much, yeah. 6 months away from that. Yeah, that makes sense. Imagine going to a TFC Leagues Cup game. Are you saying you are? Because as of now, the group stage, I'm not. Now, if they play St. Louis in St. Louis, yeah. Do I think anything else is going to happen because I'm going on vacation? No. So. I'm just saying. 20th minute. '21st, saved by Onana. But I know you're going to DC Pumas, Rebel. Which, that should be a good one, to be honest. I think, am I covering that? I gotta look back at the schedule. I think I may actually be covering that match. Gotta look back at the schedule. Playing forward, nice play. Oh, Çalhanoğlu gets pushed off of it, going forward for City. Sounds like TFC will be active in this summer transfer window. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they will be, but what exactly are they going to do? Like, what, a DP striker, a DP number 10? Maybe replacing Larea, if not keeping him. Like, it's not going to be, or is like active mean it's like small moves, small pieces, or like a mixture of both. I'm not completely sure. Like, they should make the big moves first, worry about the small pieces second. If you want to make it look like you're doing something, you go for the small pieces first. I'm going to scream. Cross in, header, brought down, Grealish, nobody even defended that. Ake playing forward here. What were they doing to not defend that? That's pushed out. Barella and DeMarco is down hurt. How we doing, Mile High? Are sweet and chili Doritos overrated? If they're not, to be honest, if they're not Cool Ranch, I don't eat them. So I have no idea. I have no idea if sweet and chili Doritos are overrated because I don't eat anything that isn't Cool Ranch Doritos. If I'm eating a Dorito, it's going to be Cool Ranch. I don't eat nacho cheese. I don't eat sweet chili heat. I don't eat... Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I still don't eat those. No, the only reason I know about sweet chili heat Doritos is they were like one of the 3 flavors when I was in junior high at lunch. It's the small pieces that count the most. We need to maximize on small players' squad roles. I agree with that. If it was a person like me, my point being is this. Remember when I said Kervin Arriaga was going to be a good MLS player back when the 2020 CONCACAF League was going on when he was playing for Marathon? I said he was going to be a good MLS player. I would love to have him in Toronto. Turns out I was right because Minnesota signed him. He's a good player. Kervin Arriaga, probably one of their 3 best players. Turns out I saw it from minute 1 because I do. So if I trusted the brain trust to find smaller players from smaller leagues or leagues around CONCACAF that are cheaper, I'd trust them. I don't. They'll sign some random dude who last played for freaking wooden spoon winning Houston or something like that, who's a free agent, or who had their last best season in 2016. So forgive me for not believing that the Brain Trust can make the right small pieces signings, or the right loan signings, I could say that, but the small pieces, you know, forgive me for not trusting them. I need to see what they got in mind. Because I'm guessing most of those small pieces are either going to come from the Canadian Premier League or somewhere around CONCACAF or a free agent pool. Maybe a European free agent who's not as critically acclaimed, but still is talented for MLS. Then I'll be fine with that. But like a Petretas sort of situation. But Brozovic plays forward, given away. Okay, yeah, be able to just point it out is what it is. Good performance so far for Inter these first 25 minutes. Here's the thing about that, personally. Yeah, they're defending well. They've had a couple of chances, but really their plan is to just hold until Lukaku comes on. So, yeah, it's a good performance considering they're holding, but there's definitely moments where Man City can take a chance as well or capitalize as well. So, let's not say, no, I'm not. Honestly, I'm probably the reverse. Like, I do eat vegetables sometimes, but I'm more of a carnivore, so to speak. Like, I'd rather eat meat, or I don't really look at rice as a vegetable, but I mean, it's a grain, but I don't really look at rice like a vegetable. I like pasta. I'm not a complete carnivore. I like pasta. I like rice, but it's more carbs than a vegetable in my book. So, personally, true at this point, yeah. Because they played well for 3 more games. At halfway, they pretty much have to stick. Haaland shot! Save by Onana! What a save by Andre Onana. What a save. But yeah, I mean, I agree at this point, unless the heavens open, you know. Not many managers could probably utilize the players or figure out a way with their system. Or at least they wouldn't really try. So, you're probably right. Big save there. But I'm pretty much the opposite of vegan. Like, nobody says, oh, I'm a carnivore, but I'm pretty much the opposite of vegan, to be honest. To finish that question. I mean, yeah, I like pasta and rice, but that's carbs to me. That's not. Well, technically, no, pasta is a carb. It's not a vegetable. I mean, it's made out of grains, but it's a carb. So, and it does have protein in there. I mean, it has eggs, which, you know, technically vegans don't eat eggs either because it's an animal product. So, if you make pasta, you know. I mean, I do eat some vegetables. I like potatoes. But again, starch, carbs, green vegetables are not something I really like to eat. De Bruyne shot saved by Onana. I'll point it out if I looking like Carmelo in the Pumas versus DC front row. So if you see me take a picture, cover it, just point it out. I'll point it out. Don't worry if I'm covering the match. If not, cross in, save by Onana. 3 big chances by Man City getting into the first 30 minutes. Getting near the end of the first 30 minutes. Barella plays forward. Oh, what a foul. Dzeko. Yeah, he got fouled. Man City's starting to really put the burn to Inter. At least right now they are. De Bruyne is down. Kevin De Bruyne is down. They might have to bring on Phil Foden. That doesn't really help Man City in this situation. Phil Foden's a good player, but he's no Kevin De Bruyne. Dzeko stomped by Ake on the foot. That's around the 60th minute. He will be brought in unless they're down 3-0. Then there's no point. Again, Inter's playbook is keep it tied or keep only down 1 by the 60th minute, bring in Lukaku. Unless injury to Dzeko. But De Bruyne's back up. He's at the touchline. Maybe he'll keep playing. But again, I think we know the game plan for Inter. Hold tight until Lukaku comes on and then shithouse. Either a draw to get it to extra time or 1 goal to win, which I can easily see that. And if they could somehow steal a goal before from Lautaro or Dzeko or Barella, they could do that as well, which we're past the 30th minute, 15 more minutes to go in this first half. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Plays it all the way back. Onana to Acerbi. Darmian. Didn't he used to play for Man United, Darmian? I think he did. De Bruyne, I think he would play through pain. He's that type of player. That's away, and that'll go out for a goal kick. De Bruyne will play through the pain. Doesn't surprise me. He's able to do it. Bad pass. Grealish didn't get to the end of it. Hilaran has been crazy with MLS, looking like Inter to Miami. He's trying to get the Barcelona boys to join. Yeah, Busquets. Trying to get him to join. Yeah, Miami's trying to pull out all the stops. Now, they won't get Suarez. He said that's not happening. Foden's still got his shirt on, so maybe they'll make the sub anyway. But, yeah, Miami's trying to get Messi's guys to join, which doesn't surprise me at all. 33rd minute. Busquets, it seemed like always, was going to happen as a package deal. Yes, he did play for United. I thought so. This is the last game of the season of 2022-23 for all European leagues. It's been a crazy season in Europe, I gotta say. Like, a lot of the stuff that happened, I did not expect. It's been a crazy season. I wish Everton went down, but, you know. Leeds going down. Arsenal fighting for the Premier League title. Chelsea being shit. Leicester going down. Inter making the Champions League final. West Ham winning a European trophy. The only thing really normal is that Sevilla won the Europa League. That's about it, right? Well, PSG won French League, but way harder than expected. I don't want to talk about it. Thank you very much. I don't want to talk about it. Like, the only thing expected was that Sevilla won the Europa League and PSG won the Ligue 1, but way harder than expected. Well, Bayern got lucky that Dortmund bottled it. So is it really a normal way for Bayern to win the league on the last day because Dortmund bottled it when they had the freaking upper hand? No. Yes, in the end, you'll look at the record books and say, oh, they won another Bundesliga for the freaking umpteenth time in a row. But you got to look at the freaking context. Bayern is never in that position. They're on the back foot going into the final day, and they have to hope for somebody else to bottle it horrendously, which ended up happening anyway. So the story is crazy. The end goal or the end situation, not so much. But the situation was so crazy that it's not a normal Bayern won the Bundesliga thing. It's Dortmund lost while standing on the front foot, like they fell off the cliff and they were 5 feet away. They went and fell off the cliff somehow. Like avalanche, I guess. I don't know. It looks like Foden will come on. Doesn't surprise me for De Bruyne. Foden will come on for De Bruyne in the 35th minute. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Napoli won the Scudetto. Yeah, that's crazy. Napoli won the Scudetto. Let's see. What other crazy things? Valencia almost got relegated. Valencia almost got relegated. Sevilla somehow went from relegation fodder to winning the Europa League and finishing mid-table in Spain. But you know what? That second part's pretty normal. Yeah, the only thing normal is Sevilla won the Europa League. The weird thing is they had some random-ass manager who did it, who beat Jose Mourinho. So even then, the story is kind of weird. De Bruyne comes off for Foden 10 minutes later than we expected, or more like 5 minutes later than we expected, but it still happens. Even the Champions League final in Europe isn't really normal because you either have Man City, who finally win their first Champions League after choking every single time since the takeover, or you have Inter, who went into the doldrums as soon as Jose Mourinho left them after the treble. So, and they're finally just getting out of it. So, really, pick your poison. Pick your poison. Yes, Inter has football heritage, but they were in the doldrums for about 10 years because they still won Serie A couple of years ago. So, yeah. 3 seasons ago. This season was Napoli. The year before was AC, then Inter. So, that was 2021. Yeah, 2021. Yeah. 21, 22, 22, 23. Yep, there we go. It feels like longer for some reason. 37th minute. LAFC in Atlanta, it's like ever since they lost CCL, things have been going downhill. Brad Guzan stopped LAFC. The guy is washed. At this point, LAFC is beatable. Dumfries. Yeah, true. I feel like what's happening with LAFC is what happened to Toronto in 2018. I feel like that's where LAFC is right now. They're about to pull a 2018 Toronto. Don't say I didn't warn you. 38th minute. Barella. What? Pulls back the pass. Brozovic. I know what you're saying. You're at a football game right now. Soccer match, yes. When you say not pro, do you mean it's a child's game or a school game, schoolboy game, or pickup? Or did you say not pro because it's not hand egg? 38th minute. Well, technically hand egg isn't pro either. Some hand egg isn't pro either. There's something called college football that people like me really love. Like rednecks like me really love. So, yeah. Well, which I actually might love more at this point because Tom Brady's retired, but that's neither here nor there. 39th minute. Getting closer to halftime. Inter's holding on as we speak. Throw in for City. Tati Castellanos scored 13 goals and had 1 assist in La Liga. Should be going to another European club for 15, 20 million. I'd say 12 million, 15 million is the minimum. To be honest, I hope Chelsea signs him. At this point, I think we need to go the Drogba route. As in, we need to get a good forward from a smaller European club who's not as proven, instead of getting the big money signings for a striker. The last time we had a good striker, it wasn't a big European guy. It was, well, actually, you could say Diego Costa, but he wasn't a big European guy. He was Atletico Madrid. So Drogba or Costa, but ever since then, when it comes to a number 9, Chelsea goes for the big guns and it never pans out. So you know what? Why not go for Totti? Marseille or Sevilla? Yeah, I could see it. I would do in Soccer Guy. But yeah, Totti would be great for Chelsea, I think, especially under Pochettino. And he's Argentinian as well, so not that Pochettino would probably care, but it doesn't hurt. NYCFC are rumored to Ike Ubo. I saw that, which would be interesting to see. June 25th, Pachuca versus Tigres to determine who will play LAFC. LAFC should be able to redeem themselves if they can get it together in Campeones Cup. Well, I mean, Toronto also played Campeones Cup the year we blew it in 2018, and then they played Tigres, and well, what happened then? 3-1. Didn't Lucas Zelarayan make us his bitch during that game? I think he did. I might be wrong. I think he did. I think that was Lucas Zelarayan's coming out party, but I may be mistaken. I think it was. That's when I knew Lucas Zelarayan would dominate MLS. Was when he played Toronto in Campeones Cup. I wasn't wrong, was I? 42nd minute. And then, yeah, Zavaleta had an own goal, yeah. When's the Campeones Cup? Like September, I would think. Late September, early October, most likely. They haven't given out a date. That's my guess. .42nd minute. Which former TFC player scores tonight? I mean, Schaffelberg hasn't scored on us yet. And he's played us, 3 times with Nashville? Or, 2. This will be the 3rd. Yeah, probably Schaffelberg is due. Or we could get a McNaughton header, or maybe just both in general. You know? I don't want to speak to the black magic because honestly, I don't. I think I already did, but I mean, Schaffberg hasn't scored on us yet, so maybe we'll be unscathed, or maybe he'll finally score. Thoughts on the game so far? Inter's holding on. They're defending well. They're doing exactly what they planned to do, pretty much. Man City's had a couple of chances, but Onana stood on his head. But Man City's definitely the better team, but I'm not surprised. Kind of saw this coming. But honestly, I would want to see LAFC versus Pachuca, 2 of the CCL chokers. Hopefully Pachuca beats Tigres. Sure. Ike Ubo scored a double against Red Bull at Yankee Stadium in front of the Judgment Day wear Red Bull uniform. That's a nice fanfic. 44th minute. Nice block away from Lautaro. Doing some defensive work, I got to say. But, I mean, honestly, I think Inter is doing better than I expected against Man City. I think they're doing better. I thought it would be worse, to be honest. I mean, being realistic, I thought it would be worse. One minute plus stoppage time left in this half. I thought Man City would either really be dominating or maybe even have a goal or two by now. They don't. honestly thought they would. Yeah. I honestly thought they would. Hold on. I honestly thought they would. Because it's Man City. Like, Inter is a good side under Inzaghi. They defend well, but it's Man City. I don't care how good of a defensive team you are. Man City has like 15. It's like they're playing with 15 for one. Second of all, they're deep as hell. Third of all, they could score from anywhere. Hell, Ederson could score a damn goal if he pushed up enough. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I mean, seriously, I don't think it's too wrong to underestimate them against a team like Man City. You can hate them all you want. I hate Man City because of the freaking, of course, because of the investment, of course. But I can admit that they're a damn good team. I can admit that they're deep. I can admit that they deserve, if they win this Champions League, they deserve it, okay? Is it the death of football because they win it? I know that'll be the reaction of most people, and honestly, I wouldn't disagree, but they deserve it. It's not like, I mean, yeah, they definitely financially dope, but on the pitch, the players aren't cheaters. Pep's not a cheater over the bar, but we haven't had one since Southampton in 2015. Why are you getting your hopes up? I wish we did. We don't. I want a friendly. You know, I want more games, but we haven't had one since Southampton in 2015. And that's probably because of Defoe and Josie, the swap deal. So I think that was the case. Yeah. So it would be nice for us to play, I don't know, Napoli. I mean, that would make sense. I don't know. People keep comparing Messi to MLS like Beckham to MLS, as they should. We can't forget that years before Pele came to NASL and joined New York Cosmos. I know it's not MLS, but still. Maybe not as huge because of media then compared to now. Exactly. Like, even back when Beckham came, there was only Facebook. Nowadays, you have all this social media where it's like, it's just absolutely overblown, or not overblown, but, you know. Halftime, it's 0-0. Inter Milan stand firm to the half. Man City, they push hard, but they don't get anything. I'm a little bit surprised. But if Inter Milan are going to go down, they're going to go down like rabid dogs. They're not going to let themselves get beat badly. They're going to go down like rabid dogs, and that's what they're doing. I kind of like that. Yeah. Comparison. But with that being said, 0-0 at the half. Inter's doing their job. Man City, I mean, they still have a really good chance to score. I mean, it's not like this is they're totally out of it. There's another 45 minutes, but the plan is working for the Nerazzurri. Man City is definitely still. Remember when Benfica played Celtic in Toronto back in 2009? Yeah, they did. Benfica and Celtic. That seems like a really good game to have as well. All I'm going to say is if I was playing on that pitch, I would have went top corner to flex. That's just me, though. First chance I got, I would have went top corner to flex. That's just me, though. From the wing. Would have went top corner from the wing. Maybe a little bit of a cut in. I don't know. As long as we agree. With that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed, send super chat. This ain't the end of it. What am I doing? Halftime. Well, actually, you could still do that, but halftime. It's halftime. Oof. I scrambled up my brains like eggs. What am I doing? Halftime. Sit tight. I'll be back. Hit that like button. It would be nice. Subscribe. That would be nice. But we're not done yet. Sit tight. I'll be back for the stats of the half. We'll talk about the half. We'll get ready for the second. And I thought I got enough sleep. Damn. Sit tight. I'll be back. We are back for the stats of the half. 62% possession to 38% possession, 4 shots to 4, 278 accurate passes, 91% pass accuracy, 156 to 84% with 84%. 4 fouls to 8, 1 offside to 1, 0 corners to 1, 2 shots on goal to 1, 305 passes to 186, 91% pass accuracy to 90 or 84. 12 throws to 6, 0 yellow cards to 0, no red cards on either side, 0-0 at the half. I would have to say, yeah, Man City's been the better side, but Inter's plan of action is working to a T. Inter is trying to keep this close till Lukaku comes on, and they're doing it. They looked a little bit at risk at times, but Onana made a lot of saves. He made a good bit of saves to keep this game tied, keep it tied. Man City, De Bruyne came off, but Man City do look like they're playing the better game of football as of actually playing the game. But defensively, I'd say Inter is holding up well. So you can't really say a team's better and a team's worse. But with what they're trying to do, both teams have their pluses, both teams have their minuses. But I would say Man City still has some of the momentum. I think they have more of the momentum just as they came into the game. I don't think that has changed, at least at this point. Now, are they in a position they probably don't want to be in, considering Inter has a plan to go with Lukaku around the 60th minute and then push on from there and probably find a goal? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I would say, yeah. Definitely something to consider as the game goes here. But with that being said, again, I'm interested to see how the second half goes. Hopefully, Inter's plan pans out and we see how the rest of this game turns. But so far, it looks like the plan is panning out. But they have about 45 to 60, 15 minutes to hold to bring on Lukaku. 15 minutes to hold before they bring him on. As of now, I would say. Well, 15 minutes is 15 minutes, but still. You want the legs to get tired. You want City's legs to tire more than just going 45 minutes then making the change. Lukaku, you think they'll bring him on the 60th minute? Lukaku, yes. I just hope Lautaro gets the assist, or maybe Lautaro finds a goal and steals one, but this kind of seems like it's playing out the way Chelsea, Man City did in 2021, very similarly. Like, this kind of feels like that game. Remember, Kai Havertz scored the 57th minute? This kind of feels like that. Kind of feels like Man City versus Chelsea. It really does. It kind of feels similar. It really does. I will say that this does feel similar. To a certain extent, it feels similar. But let's just imagine if Inter was to win today, the Super Cup would be Inter versus Sevilla. My God. How much shithousing would that be? That would be crazy. Then again, we already saw it back in the UEFA Europa League final back in 2020. But with Inzaghi, though, That's the difference. Be interesting, but teams are walking out for the second half. Pep giving his last speech for the next 45. And teams are out and they're ready to go. Doesn't look like there's any subs at the half. The starters plus Foden will start the second half. Next 45, here we go. UEFA Super Cup will be in Piraeus, Greece, home of Olympiacos. Super Cup goes to smaller places for some reason. I remember when it was in Skopje. Skopje, yeah. Forza Inter, yes. That's where we are at this point. 45th minute, we're off for the second half. Because, yeah, Skopje was Man United versus Real Madrid. I think, yeah. Second half, 46th minute. '46th minute, Man City playing forward. Looking forward to the Nations League on Thursday. USA versus Mexico. Santi Jimenez versus Balogun. That should be good, but let's also consider Canada's playing Panama. But yeah, Nations League on Thursday. I'll be doing the UEFA, the Italy versus Spain game. I'll be doing Canada versus Panama. And then USA versus Mexico, and I'll review Canada, Panama. I think I got to check the schedule. I think I'm doing double reviews. Out of those three, I think two of them are getting reviewed. But I'll check the schedule. Forza Canada, but you knew that was going to be said. And Forza Italia. Lautaro complains too much to the ref for my liking. I mean, most flair players do that. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. Most flair players like Lautaro do that. So, 48th minute. It's some I accept at this point. We also have the U20 World Cup final tomorrow. We will be covering that. Uruguay versus Italy. 4 p.m. Central. Should be a good game. It's on FS2, so. Monday, Tuesday off. Wednesday, I'll be doing Croatia versus the Netherlands, at least for a live. Maybe I'll review it, then give it a couple hours to run. And then I'll do the Nations League predictions, CONCACAF. Thursday, we got 3 semifinals, the Italy semifinal, the Canada-Panama semifinal, and USA-Mexico. Then Friday, we have Gold Cup prelims, the first of 2 days, the first round of Gold Cup prelims. Saturday, the same. Sunday, we have possibly the UEFA Nations League final if Italy makes it, and then the CONCACAF Nations League third place live and final. Canada makes it. That makes it a lot better for me. And then Monday, off. Tuesday, I may try to do one of the Gold Cup prelim finals as I get to my vacation. Like, do it after getting to the cabin that day. We'll consider it. The cottage that day. I'll consider it. It's gonna be tough sledding, but we'll figure it out. You won't know till I decide whether to do one of the prelim finals, but definitely didn't pan out for me. Wednesday, TFC, not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after TFC plays Cincinnati. I'll be live for that. That is for certain. 2 Thursdays from now, I'll be doing an MRE review live while I'm on vacation. Friday, Gold Cup predictions from the cottage at vacation. Saturday, I'll try to be live for the TFC matchup. Be doing a double live for TFC and Jamaica, USA. That means we got to just start going live as soon as I get home. That is what it is. So we got a busy 2 weeks. A lot of content and a vacation thrown in the middle of it. The things I do. 51st minute. U20 World Cup, I have Italy winning it. I agree. Push down Gundogan. Çalhanoğlu pushed down Gundogan, which that should definitely be a foul. Very boring second half so far. .52 minute. Playing forward here is City, trying to look for a breakthrough before the 60th minute. Because if they don't, then we're at a 2021 redo type situation. DeMarco playing forward here. Barella, DeMarco, Lautaro, hit from behind and they don't call the foul. So you do it for Haaland, but not for Lautaro. He got hit from behind. But that's a free kick for City. That's a free kick. Okay, no, you're bullshitting me. Nah. I mean, I do agree with the sentiment. But crossover, I agree with the sentiment, but where'd that come from? Like, I was just saying what's coming up. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, being into prepping and MREs is sort of different, but it's not bad. But yeah, I agree with the sentiment. I'm trying to figure out where that came from. I agree with the sentiment, though. You're right. I agree with the sentiment. But Timbers are in pursuit of a center back and young DP attacker, central midfielder. They're going to get it. Yeah, the MRE thing is a bit different, but the prepping and MRE thing's a bit different. But, you know, I've been that way for 12 years now. Yeah, I've been into those things for about 12 years now, so... '54th-minute free kick for Inter. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I got a busy schedule. But I don't see that's too bad. It's the absolute, but doing part of it on vacation that second week, you know, that's kind of against the thought of a vacation, especially when it's not a away day vacation. But you know, the understanding is there. Besides the big cabin, so you know, shot blocked away. You get to travel and do some stuff while you're there, so works for me. Get to travel and do some stuff while I'm there, so it works for me. I don't think I've ever, even a vacation that's supposed to be just a vacation, I'm still doing stuff because of how crazy the schedule is. But I didn't make the schedule. I'm just responding to the schedule, you know, so to speak. If it was a away day, of course I'm doing stuff. And there may be some vlogs sprinkled in there too when the trip happens. But we ain't doing many activities. It's just really staying in the cabin. So like getting there and then maybe a full-on vlog of like everything, and then we'll see how we fit that in. I'm not completely sure. But I get it. Hopefully Inter Miami can win the U.S. Open Cup if Tata gets appointed, which hasn't been announced or nothing heard yet. Tata will be appointed probably around, I'd say 2-3 weeks from now. Lukaku is coming on in the 56th minute for Dzeko. It's a little bit earlier than I expected, but right around time. Right around the time. Dzeko for Lukaku. About right for me, personally. About right timing. KDB coming off injured has been a game changer. Do you think so? Yeah, I think so. I think KDB coming off has been a game changer. I think Phil Foden's an amazing footballer, but he's no Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, even still now, is a great passer. He's got a great eye for goal. He's still very class, even though he's getting older. He's still very class. Phil Foden is just not there yet. He's more of a He's got the front foot. He's got the pace. He can defend well, but he doesn't have the quality on the ball that Kevin De Bruyne has. Now, you still have Ilkay Gundogan. Yeah, actually got it about. Yeah, it's in Sevierville, so yeah, it's the Smoky Mountains too. So you know exactly the top. Yeah. I'm gonna have fun. It has like an arcade, a pool table, hot tub, whirlpool tub. There's a lot of cool stuff in that cabin. Now it's an Airbnb cabin, so it's still expensive, but it's a little bit cheaper than going through a cabin company. But which is probably why people are more attracted to Airbnbs now. But in Canada, it's a cottage, so they call cottages. So I'm going with that, but still. You know, but cabin, cottage, same thing. But yeah, it's Sevierville, Smoky Mountains. So yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, you'll get at least one. You'll also get the MRE review. Lautaro, big save by Ederson. Maybe an overall thing because there's not like really many activities besides getting there. But it's really just staying there and eating and chilling out, really. But maybe an overall thing at the end. It's not like Nashville or Columbus. Barella gets a yellow card. Lautaro passed the ball I mean, he could have easily curled it in. I mean, he could have easily. He just didn't. But Barella taking Foden out from the back, which was just stupid. So there's the card, which I get it. But Lautaro, I mean, Lukaku was sort of covered. I mean, I can understand why he didn't cross. And then when he did cross, Ederson came to collect it. So, I mean, let's not be too hard on Lautaro. I mean, like, Ederson came off his line even more to collect the cross, hit him in the shoulder. I mean, Lautaro was trying to center it, but even then, do you really want to say? I mean, Lukaku was still covered anyway. I don't think that was going anywhere but where it was going. Grealish plays to Gundogan. Gundogan over the top, header over the bar by Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias puts it over the bar with a header. Rodri almost said. Ruben Dias puts it over the bar for that header off the free kick. That's the plan. That is the plan. That is the plan. Like one trip into town. That's maybe do something. Maybe do like one event, one thing. But yeah, if there's anything. But yeah, pretty much like one trip into town. That's the plan. Get enough, maybe another. But yeah, pretty much that's the plan. Yeah, you got it down to a T. I don't think Inter will get a gift like that again. I don't think they were going to win because of a gift, to be honest. I think they were going to earn it. That doesn't seem like their MO to like capitalize off a gift. I think they were going to earn it. If they were to win, they were going to earn it. Which against Man City, normally you have to earn a goal. It's not easy to earn a goal against Man City, but I mean, of course, you probably want to take the gift if they're giving it to you. You don't punch a gift horse in the mouth, but still. I'm not going to put that one completely on Lautaro. I mean, Ederson was in the right position. He was getting in the right position. Lukaku was in a horrible position anyway, so let's just say that cross comes off. Is Lukaku even free to pop that ball in after Ederson comes off his line? I'm not completely sure. Like, Lukaku was getting swarmed. Like, at the moment the cross was taken, you have Ederson getting into position and Lukaku getting swarmed. So was it even going to touch the boot of Lukaku even then? Like, is it as much of a gift as you think? Smart play is for Lautaro to curl it in. But he tried to cross it to Lukaku, but he was getting covered anyway. So let's just realize that may not have been as much of a gift as you thought. DeMarco playing forward. The only sub for Inter has been Dzeko for Lukaku because their bench is absolutely weak. When three defenders are around you, why would you even try to put it in that position? Like, if you're being swarmed, yeah, I trust my striker, but if you're being swarmed, you have to realize that maybe you're passing the ball into a black hole, one. Second of all, it's probably not the smartest play to pass it because it could go just right back up the pitch. Third of all, cross blocked away to side netting. That'll be a corner for Man City. Again, he was in a no-win situation. Yes, Lukaku might break away. He might get that touch with Ederson pretty much out of goal. True. I think the cross was what was happening. I think Lukaku or Lautaro was crossing. Ederson was in the right position. He got into position and hit his arm and hit here, which again, as a goalkeeper, you could do that in your box, so that's not the problem. But like it hit him right here. He was in right position. He was crouching. He made his body bigger, crossed it, and go forward. But even then, look at where Lukaku was situated. He was in between three defenders. They were swarming him. Onside, but they were swarming him. So the cross comes in. It's probably going to hit a Man City boot before it hits Lukaku's. Unless he breaks free, which he does have the ability to do. But let's just say he doesn't, because that looked like a no-win situation to me. So is it about trusting your striker? I don't think it is. It's about looking at the play and saying, he was crossing it anyway. But it's probably better that Ederson got to it first than it getting far enough, getting to the center, and then getting blocked away. Personally, I think that was the better situation. It looks worse if your striker that you were waiting to put on into the game is right there, but he's basically blocked from all angles, blockaded from all angles. The ball's crossed in, it's blocked away. Personally, I think maybe the situation actually ended better, at least for the look of Lautaro. He could have definitely went top bins and went over the shoulder, and he could have easily actually, I say you cross. I say you curl it. He was close range. Ederson was diving. He got a little bit. If he got more height and went over the shoulder of Ederson, because he could have easily done that, that rolls in. I don't think a defender was going to reach that to clear that off the line. What Lautaro should have done was shoot over Ederson's shoulder, let it bounce in, and you got a goal. That's what he should have done. That goes across the net, rolls in, if you go over the shoulder with a little bit of curl. No, nutmeg wouldn't have happened. He was going down. I don't think nutmeg would have worked. He was going down. He would have got it with his legs, personally. So I think you go over the shoulder and try to hit it into the side netting of inside the goal. Personally, that's my thought process. But again, like he would have seen, there were players around Lukaku. Haaland gets dispossessed there. Almost a bad situation for Inter, 67th minute. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Pizarro, people are like, oh, Pizarro's going to play with Messi. Who would have thought? No, that's not happening. Rodolfo Pizarro. I remember when Rodolfo Pizarro, they thought he was going to be the next big thing. I remember when he was at Chivas in 2018. And people were like, oh, Pizarro's the next big thing. He's going to be amazing for LT. He's the next big thing. Yeah, that didn't happen. No, that didn't turn out at all. Like the Mexican restaurant I go to a lot around here, La Casa, there was a server there that was a Chivas fan who really loved Rodolfo Pizarro as a player and thought he was the next big thing. And this was after the CCL. I was wearing a Toronto kit. He was waxing lyrical, and I'm like, okay. And I agreed at that point because Pizarro looked amazing. Shot here. Cross. Nobody's there. Second shot. Goal! Goal! Rodri! Goal for Man City! It's a goal! 1-0 Man City. Rodri with the rebound, with the volley. Rodri puts Man City up with 23 minutes to go in the Champions League final. I told you it wouldn't come from Haaland. Rodri with the goal. 1-0 Man City. Rodri, nobody was there tracking the run. Rodri runs into the box and just volleys it in. Yeah, that was horrible defending. Like, nobody was there. Rodri had all that space, and Darmian just stands there. If anybody should have made the move, it was Darmian. Of course he didn't because, well, I guess he thought he was wearing red. 69th minute, Rodri. That was a nice goal. That's a nice goal fitting for the 69th minute, isn't it? 1-0 Man City, Rodri. My God, that was an amazing goal, though. Horrible defending. Good goal. 69th minute for Rodri. 2 goals in his 12th match in the Champions League. And City are 21 minutes away from their first Champions League. Will Inter have a response? Is the question. We'll see. 1-0 Man City. Will they win the treble? Because, yeah, they're on for the treble. The Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League. They're on for the treble. Darmian just sold out Man United. I just realized if this holds, Darmian was the one that sold out Man United. They have to shut up now because of Darmian. If nothing else happens. Brozovic. Header! DiMarco! Headed down, blocked away! Oh my word! They missed it! DiMarco! No way! Dumfries, foul. Man City has a free kick. Yeah, I agree with that. Because look at what almost happened there. Speaking of, do Man City have a Croatian? Hold on. Do Man City have a Croatian? I think. On the bench? I don't think they do. Man City might be the first European Champions League champions in God knows how long to not have a Croatian on their match day squad. Weird. I think since Madrid, yeah. Because I think since Madrid's first Champions League, not first Champions League, but since 2014, I think there's always been a Croatian on the side, especially in the match day squad. Since then, so Modric, Rakitic, Modric, Lovren, Perisic, Kovacic. Kovacic was also there with Modric. So for the past 9 years up until now, there's been a Croatian on the matchday squad for the Champions League winners. It looks like that will not be the case because Brozovic plays for Inter, of course, but there's nobody on the matchday squad for City. Who's a Croatian? So that Croatian thing might just be ending today. Might just be. If this holds for 18 minutes. I guess you don't need a Croatian to win the UEFA Champions League, turns out. Guess you don't. But you could say the same thing about Mexicans for the CONCACAF Champions League. Yeah, you could, but that's not cool. Or not cool. It's not notable because every team, no, Seattle didn't, but then again, that was a one-off. Lukaku all alone, shot saved by Ederson. Lukaku all alone, but he shoots it right at Ederson. Nutmegs Ruben Dias. Well, actually. No, Seattle didn't they? No. Of course, Leon did, of course. See, that's the thing. Like, it would be cool. Like, the same situation, if it was like an Argentinian has been on every CONCACAF Champions League winning side since 10 years, then it's a cool factoid. But it can't be because Chivas. Can't be. Can't be. See? I just want to see how Man City will do with the FIFA Club World Cup. You know, it'd be funny to see Lyon beat Man City just because. They won't, but it'd be funny. It would be funny. Lukaku blocked DiMarco's header. He did. Lukaku might be selling the game, actually. Lukaku be like, screw you guys. I got Megan Thee Stallion. That's better in the Champions League. That's probably what he's thinking in his head. I'm not saying he's right. In my eyes, it's porque los dos. Why not both? Why not both? Why not both? '75th minute. Kyle Walker is coming on for Manuel Akanji in the 75th minute. Yep, they're trying to defend this out now. Yep, they're trying to see this out now. Yep. To see if Walker could create some as well. Oh, they're pulling Walker back, turns out. Gosens coming on for Bastoni. Bastoni for Gosens is the sub. And there's also a second sub for Inter, the 76th minute. Dumfries is off. They're going away from the back five. That's not smart. They're going away from the back five. I don't think that's smart for Bellanova. It'd be funny if Lyon beat Man City, being upset, but in real terms, Man City would probably rip apart Lyon. I get that, but let's also remember that Tigres almost beat Bayern Munich and should have. Because the only goal that Bayern Munich got was a refereeing bullshit call that should have been not allowed. But okay. The referee basically handed it to Bayern, but okay. Bellanova for Dumfries was the second sub. Looks like they pulled back Walker. Looks like Man City pulled back Walker, so they still didn't make the sub. 77th minute, Man City, minutes away from the UEFA Champions League trophy, going to Manchester for the first time. Man City should win the Club World Cup. I agree. In December. I agree. Here's a chance. Shot Foden! Shoots right at Onana. Foden could have put that away. Phil Foden could have put the Champions League away, but he did not. Bellanova gets back, but Foden gets saved by Onana. Foden in through. Almost put the Champions League completely away. 58 games, 57 goals for Erling Haaland. It's a pretty good season. Sadly, it was less than a goal per game. It is not a goal per game anymore. You know, I was sure the game was over. Yeah, me too. That felt like the Bowen chance back during the Conference League, except Onana actually defended it well. Actually played good goalkeeper there. I'm still not happy about the Jared Bowen goal. Like, seriously, what are you even doing? So, 3 Italian teams in UEFA finals this year. None of them could win. And we still have Italy playing the UEFA Nations League next week. And we have Italy U20s in the U20 World Cup final. I have a bad feeling about all of this. I should just go to Soccer Master right now and buy Italy Adidas shirt, shouldn't I? For tomorrow and for the Nations League, shouldn't I? or at least the Finalissima kit, because I think this one's cursed. I think this jersey's cursed. I don't know. Let's see. When's the last time Italy won when I wore this kit? Huh. Yeah, because they lost to England, too. They lost Finalissima. It's been a while. I might just need to buy the new Italy kit or buy the Finalissima kit. This one's cursed. 79th minute. I think it's cursed. Over the bar with 11 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Man City gonna win the treble. Inter is at least breathing. They are. But at some point, just because you're breathing doesn't mean your time's going to run out. That was dark. 80th minute. That was Clockwork Orange level dark. Jesus. Playing forward. Man City. Haaland doesn't get the ball. Blocked away. They do need a goal, I agree. Silva. Bernardo Silva. Man City's only made one sub because the second sub they were going to make, they pulled back. Throw in for City with 10 minutes to go. Pep Guardiola is just saying, no, we're going to run out the rest. We're not going to run out anybody. We're just going to play this, which it's not even a domination, so I understand why. But if you do the Mexico versus U.S. match, what jersey are you wearing? The Canada one? I'll have enough time to change into the U.S. kit after the RSR for Panama, Canada. I'll have enough time to change. At least the way I'm counting it. Even if it does go to, I think, is it straight to penalties or is it extra time and penalties? But I think I'll have enough time. I don't think it should go to penalties. Then they're going to finally sub on Kyle Walker, this time for John Stones. John Stones' shirt ripped in half because he ripped his shirt. So Canada for Canada, Panama, but I'll be wearing the U.S. kit for USA, Mexico. As is pretty much normal. Pretty much as is normal attire for that. But there you go. Kyle Walker about to come on. 82nd minute. Remember the last time we faced Mexico in the Nations League was when Ethan Horvath saved USA from losing or tying the game. It was tying. But still, with that being said, though, and Ethan Horvath isn't even on the Nations League roster, I think, this year. Sean Johnson is, Turner, Steffen, and some. Well, yeah, they cut that other goalkeeper, but it wasn't Horvath. It was some other dude. But yeah, they cut that goalkeeper. Haaland, he's a blue just like his dad. Now he's at the Etihad. Ha ha ha, Haaland. Hey, Haaland. That is a pretty good chant. '83rd minute. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be mad if Haaland scored to keep his goals at one goal per game. Like, that's how much of a monster Erling Haaland is. At the end of the season, if he scored tonight, he could have 1 goal per game. 58 goals for 58 appearances, all comps. And he's just under 1 goal per game if he doesn't score. Like, how crazy is that? Like, that's how good he is. That's how much of a robot Erling Haaland is. He is at a goal per game for the whole season, all comps. Or at least will be if he scored. Going in, he was. Henrik Mkhitaryan's coming on for Inter for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And they're also going to make this a second sub as well. That'll be their 5th. They've made 5 subs. 2, 4, 5. Darmian is off as well. '84th minute for D'Ambrosio. Cross in. That's out past the post. That'll be a corner. 84th minute. 6 minutes plus stoppage time. City are about to be European champions if everything goes to plan. If everything keeps going to plan, City will be European champions. Hit that like button. Come on now. '85th minute. Plays it back. Playing forward, 86th minute. Those are some good times. Yeah. I remember Erling Haaland smoking Honduras 12-0, the only player that scored on the Norwegian U20 squad against Honduras. That's honestly my favorite moment. Yeah. Where were you when Honduras was killed? I was sitting in my room. Watching Erling Haaland be a robot when phone ring. And they say Honduras is kill. No. When phone ring. I was sitting in my room watching Haaland be a robot. When phone ring. Honduras is kill. No. Come on, that's one of the best copy pastas ever. Everybody should know that one. Where were you when blank was killed? Or was, referencing John Lennon, yeah. I can't believe until he dominated the semifinal against Real Madrid. Never seen we dominated with Haaland and are sad we win any trophy. They bought him to win the Champions League, and they did it, except he didn't. I think we all know it's over. Yeah, I agree. 88th minute. I agree. Cross in. I'm so sure it's over. I just read the Know Your Meme entry for that copy pasta. Header! Headed down, safe! Past the post. Inter almost tie it up. It almost was an own goal, too. 88th minute. No way. No way. Man, at this point, it's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. Sometimes it's meant to be, and it's not meant to be. Cross in, header by Lautaro, and it's a high ball goal kick with a minute plus to go. It's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. Lukaku almost scored. It bounced past the post. And there was no possibility of an own goal there. Ruben Dias put it away. You're talking about the Nations League semifinal, or the Man City Madrid semifinal, sitting in bed watching it. 89th minute. Lukaku making a solo run, takes the shot and puts it wide. With 30 seconds of regular time left, plus stoppage. Lukaku's going to get memed. And he bagged Megan Thee Stallion. So you think he cares? He didn't give a shit when Chelsea fans were on him for the freaking interview, and he didn't have Megan. So you think now he cares? I don't think he cares. Some players do. He doesn't. He marches to the beat of his own drum, which I respect it, to be honest. 5 minutes of stoppage time. To be honest, if it's coming from people below you, memes shouldn't bother you. It just shouldn't. You should be secure enough in yourself to know that if that's an inch to the right, it's a goal. I agree. You should be so secure in yourself that you're like, okay, yeah, I know they're memeing on me. They're jealous. They're under me. Okay, cool. They're like, okay, fine. You want to do that. That's cool. Have your fun. But that's how you have fun. So, yeah, I mean, I respect it. City fans are going to be unbearable for the whole summer. More like for the rest of their lives. Oh, Onana almost got taken out, and he's pushing Haaland with 4 minutes to go. And Onana gets a yellow card for it, or they both did. I think both of them did. Yeah, both of them. I don't see why Onana got the yellow, but okay. Erling Haaland and Onana both get yellow cards. 1:47, 3 minutes to go. Can Inter send this to extra time? They played well except for one moment, and that's what lost them the Champions League. They defended well for everything but one moment, and that's what lost them the Champions League, and they couldn't find the goal that they wanted. One moment, undone Inter. That's it. One moment. Which is better than you expected, to be honest, but they did go down like rabid dogs, except for the one moment they allowed the goal from Rodri. Like, you have to expect that there's going to be some rebound, that there's going to be something that comes behind. You have to expect it at this point. At this level, you have to expect it. So I don't know why they didn't, personally. Free kick here with 2.5 minutes to go. Halfway through stoppage time. Shot past the post. Barella over the bar with 2 minutes to go. And that might have just been the last salvo. Man City are minutes away from being the champions of Europe. Finally getting the Champions League they've been wanting for so very long. Since the takeover. Since the takeover. Playing forward. Ederson gets a yellow card. A minute and 20 seconds to go at the very least, but that could be everything. Header brought down, caught by Ederson. Hey, I mean, they tried their best. I mean, you can't, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. $50 seconds to go for Man City. All they got to do is hold for 50 seconds, and they're the champions of Europe. Foul throw-in, or it'll be a throw-in for Inter with 30 to go. Onana, they got to find it. City took their chance. Inter did not. Simple summary. Exactly, but I got to stretch that for 10 minutes. So I got to stretch that for 10 minutes, or at least like 7, and then do the if I were yous. You know, that's kind of what I got to do. But I got to somehow stretch that. More like maybe 4, you know, because the goals and stuff. Well, no. Maybe like 6 or 7. But I got to stretch that for some amount of time. So we'll figure it out. See, that's the problem. Like, if I was doing a short, yeah. Past the post, 5:04, corner. They have a corner. Inter has a corner. And Inzaghi's losing his mind. He pushed away a coach or something. I don't know. He's pissed. Inzaghi is pissed. Inter have to score on this corner. If not, you could call that game. They bring up Onana. Could they tie this up? Cross in. Header. Punched away over the bar. That's going out. Full time. Man City are European champions. Manchester City have won the UEFA Champions League. NYCFC won their first MLS Cup back in 2021. Man City have been waiting for their moment in the sun. And they get it in Istanbul. Man City win the Champions League 1-0. Rodri, the man of the hour. Manchester City are European champions. The City Football Group, the trophies are coming. The big trophies. It took NYCFC some years to get their first MLS Cup. Man City, it took them even longer to get their first Champions League. But they have it. But they have it. From Main Road to the Etihad. From irrelevancy to history, Manchester City, by hook or by crook, are European champions. In the end, whatever it is all worth it for Manchester City. Because even if it does get taken away by all the charges, you can't forget winning a trophy. Ask Louisville fans. You can't forget winning a trophy, even if they take it away from you. You'll never forget the moments. So in the end, people will remember Manchester City, European champions, for the first time. With that being said, to them, it's all worth it, no matter what. To them, it's all worth it. Pep Guardiola wins his first Champions League since Barca as well. He didn't win one with Bayern Munich, but he won one with Man City. He finally got it done. He finally didn't trample over himself. With that being said, though, Man City, well deserved. They won the game. They took their chance. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification once subscribed, send super chats in the live streams, comment on this video, put us in plays, share us friends and family, all that great stuff. I shall see you within the hour for the review of this match. And, of course, TFC versus Nashville later tonight I'll be live for and reviewing. So I'll see you with that. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations to Man City. Commiserations to Inter Milan. Congratulations to City. Well deserved.